You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network, and live coverage of the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Tonight from Weedsport, one of the trickiest tracks on the circuit. And an unmistakably small car count tonight, but it is to no avail at all. We are going to run the show. It does not matter. Double header for you. Boys wrapping up the first practice session. We'll have a random draw heat race, and then we'll get to our 30-lap feature. A couple of things to go over before we get there. Here we go. We have been to Weedsport 11 times. Previously, we've got 7 different winners. The last time was back in May. Cody Parmalee brought out a broom and swept both features. Bo Brandon, who inexplicably hasn't been here this season, but he led 22 laps in each feature before ultimately giving way to Parmalee. Wanelski and Gerlach picked up podiums that night as well. Track record, 15.131 seconds, set in November of 2022, so 3 years nearly, was set by the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby. Last week, we saw Gerlach and Barros split the wins, and that has brought Mr. Barros all the way up to second place in the standings, 12 points behind Garrett Boyd. Krikorian's 17 back, Gerlach's 31 back, and Brochard is 55 back. Your Ironman standings, well, it's going to be a fight to the end of the year. Through 48 races, Josh Gerlach holds a 17-point advantage over Billy Barros. Pretty much, unless those two don't race the rest of this season and next season, it is a 2-horse fight there. All right. That time, we're already ready for heat races already. I think I already said that already. Ha! Reed Brochart, the 93, will have the pole. Billy Barros, the 38, will be on his outside. Then Josh Gerlach in the 71. David Krikorian, the 66. They'll make up a row 2. And Steven Spiess and Garrett Boyd, your current points leader. He's going to start out back Jack in the heat race, and it always makes it interesting when the points leader starts out back, especially when the guy chasing him starts up front, because these guys get some heat race points. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver, shout them out. If you're on our Facebook page, like, share, and follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit the subscribe button. As we get a little cooler over the next probably 5 or 6 weeks, you're going to see more and more content on this channel. Going to be some pavement stuff coming on Sundays, dirt coming in on Mondays, pavement on Tuesdays, pavement on Wednesdays, dirt on Thursdays as usual. So trying to add some more content, trying to get some more people on with us, in with us to work on filling this thing up, especially for the fall and winter months. So 8 laps to heat race. They will start. I think they're going to redraw anyway. I think this is just a formality. It's for a few points. Still going to be fun. Be a quick one for sure tonight. Very, very quick one. See what old Reed Brochart can do off the point. Green flag run away for the only heat in session number 1. Brochart got out to a good start. Hang on to that. Lap 1 in the books. Brochart leads it. Barros hanging on to second. Boyd and Spiess were battling. Now Boyd's got it. Gerlach is the car on the outside, not Steven Spiess. Boyd battling with Gerlach. Boyd is looking like he is going to use the bottom. Going to squeak past. He'll try to stay down. There's a lot of tacky down there at the bottom of the exit of turn 2. Off the right side of Billy Barros' car. Watching him as he tries to chase down Reed Brochart. Feature winner in race number 1 last week. It helped him move up to second in the points and close the gap. Steven Spieth had problems. He's taking his car already off the track to pit road. Garrett Boyd is in a dogfight right now. He was 3 wide, stacked up on top. Gerlach was in the middle, and David Krikorian was down on the bottom. They are still battling this time, Boyd, with about 6 car lengths, make it 7 getting into turn 1. Krikorian is still battling Gerlach, though. Tight corner down here at 3 and 4. Exit of 4. That track gets so narrow so quick. Is that shape. You go from a big, wide, sweeping corner onto a dead straight straightaway, and it really gets tight right there. A lot of guys try to drag that left front on the inside wall, and sometimes they'll get it up on it, and that's a recipe for disaster. Krikorian, as I say it, hammers the fence on the inside. White flag coming out, Brochart. Half a second in front of Barrow, so he started on the pole. Looks like he'll lead every lap. He'll go to victory lane in heat. Race number 1. Barrow second, Boyd third, Gerlach, Krikorian, and Spieth. We'll wait for the redraw to see how they start in tonight's feature. But I think the boys are going to get a couple of minutes of warm-up while they do that. So he may lose his license. Somebody, I think, told me that. Somebody told me that, I think. I think somebody told me that, but I had no verifications.
I saw the verification.
I'll be out in a little bit. All righty. Warm up. I'm just waiting for the new lineup, if they're going to do a redraw, to come through. That's what I'm looking for right now. Boys got pretty spread out. They went with a little bit of action there. Hopefully we'll get to see that same kind of action here in this feature. We're going to be right back here. Second show is going to be, they're going to qualify, and then they're going to start the race. So guys will get a chance to show what they can do in the qualifying to get their position for the second feature. But right now we're just waiting on a redraw if it's going to happen. And we are waiting on them to get ready to start the feature. It doesn't look like we're going to have a redraw. I don't have anything from them, so we may. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Looks like it's about to come through. Full field invert. Full field invert for this one. So you're going to flop it. Spieth will go up front. Then Krikorian to the outside. Gerlach inside row 2 with Boyd on the outside. And then Barros inside row 3. Brochart outside. They'll flop it while they drive it around. I know that this means, no, you just start at the bottom and go to the top. That's how we're going to start them. So. Long view. Now we're rolling them off. Steven Spieth, packet loss. So Spieth's not going to make it for show number 1 for the feature. He's going to lose some points on that deal. With Steven Spieth heading out, that'll make Krikorian your pole sitter. Gerlach will go outside. Then it'll be Boyd inside row 2 with Barros on his outside. And Reed Brochart is going to start last in this one. So all the guys that are up there battling are all up at the front because Krikorian is in there in the points. Barros is in there. Gerlach was a little ways back, but your points leader is starting mid-pack, so. No telling how they're going to start in the next one because they'll qualify and that'll be it. with 5-6 cars. Small field. These are going to go pretty quick tonight. I bet we're done inside of 45 minutes tonight. Maybe an hour max. We got 2 pace laps here. We'll come around one more time. They'll get the green flag here from iRacing. But they'll pace around one more time. And the next time that we come out of turn number 4, they'll start to get double file. And time after that, Mr. Krikorian will give us a start. I can see a little tomfoolery going on out there. I saw the 21 go up and bump the push bar on the 71. I think he had a big hunk of mud up there, and they were trying to knock it off. I think old Boyd was trying to help Gerlach out. Maybe it's a new push bar and it was too shiny for him and he wanted to put a scuff on it. It's hard to say. I wish these guys had a lot more drivers because it's such a good series and they do a great job with it. They just do not let any craziness go on. They put a pretty quick curtail on it. So, out of 4 this time, David Krikorian on the throttle, green flags in the air. Little wiggle out of the 66. It's going to hold the 21, but he's going to get right to the very bottom. He's going to go right after him. Gerlach got it on the top. He'll have the lead out of 4. He leads lap 1. Wheelie down the front stretch. Front wheels fully off the ground on the 21 car. He clipped that little bump coming out of 4, and he rode it all the way up the front stretch. Gerlach still out front. Krikorian still second. Now Boyd surges ahead momentarily. Had to check the car down to keep from sliding out wide. That bottom line is going to have a lot of grip and a lot of launch right there. Even right here. That time Boyd didn't lift the front end up, and he's able to keep the hammer in it. And he'll drive right by David Krikorian this time. Barros hanging out. We're not watching the 71. He's out front. He's all by himself. He's got no challengers currently. We're watching these 3 drivers right here. They are in it. Racing each other, racing all that mud out there on the racetrack. Krikorian is hanging on here. He's staying in touch with Boyd, but Barros is finding a hard sled and trying to get around him. He's trying a different line, just not able to get enough momentum and make Krikorian either make a mistake or give him space. Nobody's catching Gerlach right now. He's been out there half a second to 0.6, and he's kind of just maintaining that. He is running right at the very top. It's still almost half a second. David Krikorian solidly into 3rd now, trying to give chase to the 21. Boyd is closing in on Gerlach a little bit every lap. He's got it chopped down. There's a long ways to go. Still 22 laps remaining. A lot of racing left in this one. He's just nicking it away a little here, a little there. It's a few feet at a time. Now Billy Barros had a peek to the inside of Krikorian out of 2. And with it just being the 2 of them, he may be able to go on the attack. He's there now. A little slider almost put the right rear up in the path of the 66, and since he didn't, it left the door open enough. Now he'll throw that slider down to 1 and 2 in the new 3rd place car. Billy Barros got to stay in touch with the 21. Boyd will stay on the bottom. He does not like going to the top. Just not as comfortable a driver up there as he is running around the bottom. He makes the bottom work a lot of places. Gerlach just wants to run whatever line he wants to run. You don't know where those guys are at. Now I think he knows Boyd is there because of that little mistake down in 3 and 4, and it's a 3-car battle for the lead with 17 laps to go because Barros made it up to the pair of them. Both stumbled a little down here in 3 and 4 the last time through. That time, Gerlach by just a skosh. I mean, it couldn't have been a foot and a half. Boyd wants that exit line. He wants a straight run up. And, man, he and Barrows nearly got together right there. Gerlach is hanging on. It's a three-car battle now. Around the top may be the spot because Billy Barrows took second away from Garrett Boyd right there. Now he is on the hunt. He's looking for a little racing room around Josh Gerlach. Boyd came back on the inside of 3 and 4. Just not quite the drive off he wants. And I think he's worried about picking them front tires up again. Barrows to the bottom. Had to check it down a little bit. And he's ending up with a slider and another new leader. Oh, then a big mistake, and that lets the door open for Boyd as he's got the lead headed up the backstretch. So Boyd may become the third leader in the last 3 laps, and he will. He's clear by 3/10 with 11 laps remaining. Barrows threw it in hard and wanted to last time, and it cost him the lead right after he took it. Ten laps to go. And now that Gerlach fallen out of the lead, he is starting to fall back a little bit. He is about a half a second off of Billy Barrows. Krikorian is still 4th. Brochart still 5th. Garrett Boyd out front. Billy Barrows working it. Ride with Billy right here. He's closing in. He chopped about a half a tenth off the last 2 laps. This time, big run down the hill. I thought he was going to have momentum and he was going to scoot right by Garrett Boyd. He may get it done this time in 3 and 4. He is using that cut down line right here, and he is running that as straight and as long as he can up the front stretch. Be the wave lap this next time by, and it is a 2-car battle for the win right now. Barrows had it momentarily up the backstretch. He'll have it out of 3 and 4 with 5 to go. Barrows back to the point. Gerlach still third, but Krikorian is getting to him. He is within a half second now. These two going at it at the front. We almost missed a great slider, but not quite enough momentum for Boyd right there. He is going to have to go up here, try to use the cut down. I'll tell you what, Barrows has changed the way he's racing it. He stayed out wide. When he was using that cut down line in 3 and 4, he closed up on Boyd. 2 to go this time by. Barrows clear by over half a second now. He'll see the white flag first. Boyd in that second spot. Gerlach hanging on to third. He's gapped it back out to a second over David Krikorian. But feature number 1 tonight for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series at Weedsport. It's going to go to the 38 of Billy Barrows. Garrett Boyd second. Josh Gerlach third. David Krikorian. And Reed Brochart 4th and 5th. All right, we're going to move our top 3. We'll get the driver of the 71 car, feature number 1, third place, Josh Gerlach. You there, buddy?
I am, Roger.
You let a lot of it, but the boys got to you, and it looked like 71 car might have lost a little bit with the track.
Yeah, this isn't my best track, to be honest, and I knew if I couldn't make a kind of a big lead there with the small field, we probably weren't going to have any yellows. So it's going to be a struggle for me at the end of the race, and it did kind of turn out that way.
Yeah, it looked like you were out there, and you were out there a little ways, and then all of a sudden, Boyd starts reeling you in. Barros is pushing him. When they got to you, right after that, kind of looked like the car just kind of either you lost the line or the line changed and the car just couldn't find it.
Probably needed it to be more on the bottom side for me early on because I felt like I kind of heated my stuff up a little bit too much and then just was chasing it after that. But, overall, it's still a good points night for me in the season and the Ironman deal. So it's cool to see, Billy's kind of getting on a hot streak here. It's not great for me in the Ironman, but still a long ways to go. And, just got to keep rattling off these podiums.
One awesome run, man. Shouts, thank you before we let you head for session 2.
Yeah, I just want to thank the guys that show up here every week. I know been lighter car count this season. Hopefully we can change that with the weather kind of cooling off a little bit. But, Billy, James Gray, he's not here for this one. Hopefully he can make it in the next one. And Knoxville Knights for helping out, getting us on the Dirt Racing Network once again. And, hopefully we can do a little bit better in the next one.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you.
Josh Gerlach finishing third in race number 1, and now he got up there. He battled hard to get the lead, and then he had to battle hard to try to take it back, and it just didn't work out in your favorite, Garrett Boyd, second place in this first one.
Yeah, I didn't know I was the only one on the bottom. Billy told me that, so that's fun to be the only one that can make a line work. But I mean, we don't have our normal crowd, so I normally do pretty good at Weedsport. I like how quirky this track is and how weird the bottom can be.
Yeah, it seemed like you were making pretty good inroads, but he was running a slider in 1 and 2 and a cut down in 3 and 4. And man, he was getting huge runs in 3 and 4. When did you kind of start hearing him behind you?
I guess it was probably about halfway when he gave me the big shot in the shorts down the front straightaway. He just got really loud really quick, and I kind of just figured there was somebody kind of running a cut down line different than what Josh was running.
Yeah, it was considerably different, but you two swapping spots here. It's going to tighten the points up a little bit. You had a slim lead coming in. You think you got to win the next one to hold on to it?
Yeah, more than likely. It's going to be hard to beat their consistency. I'm kind of wishy-washy at certain tracks, so it'll be hard to keep it, but we'll try to do it here tonight and keep the points lead for next week.
All right, man. Shout outs real quick before we let you head out.
Billy and James for putting the money up to put the broadcast on, and then Josh for putting the league on, and then you for putting the broadcast on, and then I got to give a shout out to my lovely lady who had a medical scare
behind
today,
you with
but we're all good.
Oh, really? Well, glad to hear that. I thought maybe she was standing behind you with the frying pan.
She's holding something, but it's not a fry pan.
All right. Well, don't tell us what it is on air. This is a family show, sir. I will see you in show number 2.
All right.
Garrett Boyd, folks, he finishes second. Billy Barros to victory lane in show number 1 again this week, and it's going to tighten the points drastically heading into show number 2. Billy, you're running a different line than a lot of the guys, down in 3 and 4, and it seemed to pay off. That cut down was really working.
It really did. Man, I'm glad I found that. How was that, Roger? 2 in a row. I've never done 2 in a row before. I'm excited to be the hot shoe for the first time, although it feels a little bit unfair to everyone else who's ever been a hot shoe in a 20-car field. I'm going to the back with 5, but hey, happy to be there and really proud to have won that one. That was a lot of fun.
Well, as part of the league, you got to hope that maybe 2 or 3 more guys make it to the second show that somehow got delayed from the first show, right? Just so you got a little more cars to fight through. It's a lot more fun passing them than it is trying to force them to pass you.
Exactly. Yeah, we're hoping to get a few more guys in the second one, but we'll see. And otherwise, at least a couple more guys for the rest of our C season here. We're hoping so. It's still a lot of fun racing these guys. I love this core group. We know each other so well at this point, and have such great battles. But yeah, it'd be nice to fill out the field a little bit more. So fingers crossed.
Well, you ran that cut down in show 1. Are you going to go back to the well?
Yeah, we're gonna see if it's working again. Something was clicking, and I could kind of see it before I got there. So we'll see what the track looks like and give it a go.
All right, man. Well, we're going to let you head to session 2 as soon as you give us a couple shout-outs.
Sure thing. Thanks, Roger, for covering. Thanks for sticking with us through these. Loves watching these back on the Dirt Racing Network. Thanks again to Josh Gerlach for putting the league together and everyone else for coming out and making it such a fun place to race.
All right, man. Good luck in show 2, and maybe even from the back, it could be 3 in a row.
Let's go for it.
Billy Barros, everybody, he wins show number 1 tonight. Now, we are not going anywhere. We're going to do something lovely and wonderful like we always do. We're going to put up our beautiful logo, let it sit here and spin. We're going to throw a little music your way. We get in enough trouble for playing all this music anyway. We really have reached the point of we don't care. We haven't monetized any of our channels, so nobody gets any rights from us anyway, so is what I feel about it. I think I'm just going to blindly put my cursor over one of these, and I am going to double-click it, and let's just see what starts playing. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Tight jeans painted on blue, cheer lipstick it was painted on too. We drove down to the lake one night, just me and you there on that farm, laying in the hay behind the old red barn. I'll never forget how good it felt with you in my arms. It's amazing how it feels so right, you and me and the stars so bright. The radio playing and you kept saying, come on baby, won't you hold me tight. The only thing I had on my mind is, girl, I hope to see you just one more time. As long as I live, I'll never forget that night. That night. And 10 years have passed by. You went your way and I went mine. Your memory still comes back here all the time. I can't help but think back to you and me laying in the old straw stack. I close my eyes, I can see you smile as my mind goes back. It's amazing how it feels so right, you and me and the stars so bright. The radio playing and you kept saying, come on baby, won't you hold me tight. The only thing I had on my mind is, girl, I hope to see you just one more time. As long as I live, I'll never forget that night. That night. Time rolls on and you can't go back, like a freight train rolling on down the track. And I still smile every time I think about you and me and that night we had. It's amazing how it felt so right, you and me and the stars so bright. The radio playing and you kept saying, come on baby, just one more time. The only thing I had on my mind is, girl, I hope to see you just one more time. As long as I live, I'll never forget that night. Never forget that night. Never forget that night. That night. Girl, I love the way you look at me. And though I've seen it many times, I can. I wanna show you what you mean to me. I wanna make sure you understand that I just wanna be your man. Well, I've been thinking about you all day long and things I'd like to do. Now that you and me are all alone, I just can't wait to love on you. I guess that's what I'm really trying to say. Is girl, you're beautiful in every way. I just wanna be your man. Hold you close, as tight as I can. Well, I wanna show you what
All righty. In for session number 2. Took a little longer than we expected. I want to thank my friend Reed Froley for all of the great music. Opportunity for me to showcase him a little bit. Practice coming to an end as we are ready to go. Qualifying. As soon as they're done qualifying, and we're going to skip it. We're going to skip it all. We'll let them random draw. We're just going straight to the feature 30 laps again. Last one was kind of fun. I know it's a small field and it goes pretty quick, but still, whole lot of fun there. Krikorian, well, he didn't get a chance to win last one. He might have a chance in this one because he's starting out front. Garrett Boyd will start on his outside. Reed Brochart, row 2 with Billy Barros and Josh Gerlach on the back. So, points leader, second in points, and the guy that led a lot of that finished third in the first one. A little inverted here this time. Good look at them as they pace around the first time. Pace truck is going to drop off. Oh, we're doing a heat race. Wait a minute. What are we doing? Okay, I'm confused. We're not doing this. We're doing the same show we did a minute ago. And I thought we would do the other show. Let me go back to the info sheet that they sent and make sure that I didn't miss something. I didn't miss anything, so. Pace truck's about to get off. We'll probably do a full field invert after the heat, but we'll see. I know Barros has to go out back, Jack, because he won 2 races in a row. He won the feature last week and the first one this week. So I thought he won the first feature last week, but I was wrong. Read the copy incorrectly. Krikorian, lap 1 of the heat. Boyd second. Barros. Brochart. Gerlach. Gerlach struggling. Just a little bit. He may get Brochart coming this time because Brochart lifted the front wheels up and had to check the car down, but it looks like he didn't slow down a bit. Reed Brochart didn't. Brochart's on the hunt. He's going after Barros right here. Barros is going to have to fight him off just to hold on to third spot right there. David Krikorian's running the perfect line around. No one's getting around him right now. Barros is going to go top shelf, see what he can do way out wide. He's going to get a pretty good run up the backstretch here, it looks like. Boyd with a little slip slide out of 4. Pedaled the car a little bit, and here comes Barros. Billy Barros on a heater right now. Here he comes. He's going to cut the car. He's going to set it. Oh, I thought he would cut it right down right there. He did not. Boyd went after that slider line, and that didn't work out at all. This time, Barros will clear him up the backstretch and now can focus with 2 to go. Got a lot of room to make up. They're closing in on Krikorian on the white flag lap as these two start to go at it once again, Boyd and Barros. Krikorian's going to win the heat. Boyd will hang on for second, then Barros, Brochard, and Gerlach. And we'll see what they do if they do a redraw. Because they finished pretty near the way they started. I think Barros was started in 4th and Brochard was 3rd, but they finished pretty much the way they started in that. We'll see if there's any kind of invert to this thing. They did a full field invert on the last one. I know Billy Barros, no matter what, he's going back and he's going to start 5th. It's about everybody in front of him. Just waiting on official word. Guys, we do not have anything on the network again until next Wednesday when we go to the season finale for the Midwest Truck Series. They'll be at North Wilkesboro. Wild place to finish the season. That is a 12 or 14-point differential between first and second. And I think Adam Vinny has to max out 100% of points win. And Corey Blevins has to come home second. And they will be tied. And then I don't know what the tiebreaker is for sure. I think it could be about wins. And if it is about the wins, if Adam Vinny were to pick up that win, he would break the tie on wins and he would end up winning the season. Should be fun. I know the boys are going to work hard to get to that race and make it exciting. Tell you what it looks like. We are not working the track in between sessions. Everything will stay as is except for Billy Barros. So we'll have David Krikorian, the 66, Garrett Boyd, the 21 on our front row. Josh Gerlach in the 71 next to Reed Brochard in the 93, row number 2. And Billy Barros is going to move that 38 car to the back. And that is where he's going to start feature number 2. And we'll see. And it looks like Brochard is going to go inside. Gerlach will go outside in that second row. So those will be the only shifts. $30 more green flag laps. It went pretty fast the last one. We'll see on this one. Slightly different lineup. Either way. I remember this is round number 4 or 5 of this series. I know they're running 8 rounds, and I think there's one off week in there. I got to go look at the schedule. No, we are going straight through. No, yeah, we're going straight through. So there's 4 more rounds. Ooh, we'll be at, wait a minute. We got triple header next week. Triple header on a Thursday night. What a deal.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. A-main number 2 for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series underway. Krikorian to the point. Boyd up top. Brochard went to the bottom. I don't know if he's going to get around Boyd or not. We don't see Boyd at the top much, so we'll see how that works out for him. Cedar Lake, Kern County, and Eldora next week. That ought to be exciting. For a triple header, extra race. And we all love extra races. Krikorian and Boyd now broken away by about 0.8 of a second over this battle that we're watching right here. That is Reed Brochart, the 93, and Josh Gerlach, the 71. And Gerlach makes short work of that 93 cart. He'll take over the third spot. Brochart at the back. And Barros now struggling a little bit in this session. He's losing touch with the guys in front of him. He may have to get on his Fred Flintstone. Pedal, pedal, pedal. He's going to go to the bottom and see how that works out. Whoa, big wheel stand from the 71 up the front stretch. And he almost set that down, yanked it left, and hit that fence going into turn 1, and that would have been disastrous. He'll give the spot back to Brochard, at least momentarily. Last time by right there, he gave up the spot, and Brochard is hanging on to it, and he's going top shelf. It's up front. Krikorian and Boyd. Half a second separating the two of them, and that's not as far as it looks, or as far as it sounds. The look is not as far as the sound, because Krikorian really checked down in turn 3 and 4. He kind of rocketed away there. He's opening things up a little bit. Boyd thought he'd be the only one to run the bottom. He is not. And he closes it right back down to about 2 car lengths. Oh, little wiggle, and Boyd had to check out because when he got in the throttle, the front end picked up, or I think he had a chance to run right alongside the 66 right there. These two, about 2.25 seconds ahead of Josh Gerlach, who's still out front. Brochart's still 4th, and Barros struggling in the second session. He is way back in 5th. I know Garrett Boyd would like to get a win, but he is going to have to get on it. He is losing ground to the guy up front. Said this is not one of his favorite places, and I know that from the Big Block Series and from the Sprint Car Series, that he really is not a fan of this place. David Krikorian is, though, because he is yarding it now. He let Boyd get close early, and now he is just starting to get away. He's out to 1.2 seconds. It is 2 more seconds back to Gerlach. David Krikorian, 16:29. Everybody else, 16:50 and slower. Now Billy Barros is starting to get close to Reed Brochart. He's figured something out. Changed his line. He's no longer running at the top. He's running down at the bottom. Keeping it there pretty much all the way around. He learned something in the last session from watching Boyd while he was running him down, and he's trying to use that. Needs to pick up every spot that he can. Wants to keep them points closed. He made a good jump last race. He don't want to lose it all here and have a bad finish to the night. He'll have 3 shots next week, which is crazy. Just crazy. Triple header. He'll get around Brochard momentarily, kicks the fence, has to jump off the throttle, and he'll go right back to 5th place. Meanwhile, Krikorian's still out over a second, but it's almost 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds between the 2nd place car of Boyd and the 3rd place car of Gerlach. We're going to keep it right here. We're getting close. We're halfway. Couple of laps here. Garrett Boyd trying to rip the lip. 3 and 4, 1 and 2. He is not comfortable getting up there by that fence. Trying to kind of diamond the corner, inner low, drift in the middle, and get a straight exit down low. He just keeps getting close to that fence. There's a lip there. It lifts that left front, and that takes the right front with it. Coming out of 4 almost every lap. .4 seconds. Where was David Krikorian in show number 1? Fastest guy on the track by 0.3 of a second, period. Nobody else is in his time bracket. 16.3, 16.6, 7, 16.6 for Barros. Now Barros and Brochart starting to get at it. Once again, Billy Barros has reeled him in. See if he can go mistake-free for the last 14 laps and at least trying to bring home a 4th-place finish. I don't know if he's got enough to go catch Josh Gerlach. He needs 3 seconds. And right now, Billy Barros is starting to get close to the bracket for David Krikorian. He may have time to run down Gerlach. Boyd is off it. He's a 10th off every lap. Gonna try to hang on, get a third and or a second and a second. We'll see if we can have 2 different winners again this week. It's been a while since we've seen Krikorian in victory lane. But we are inside 10 to go, and it is 3 seconds. First to second and 4 seconds from second to third. And then it's another second and a half from third to fourth. Brochart, he's about a second and a half behind that. DK is ripping it. He is just smooth and consistent. It's only missed on a handful of laps here. 2 or 3. Track got slick. No work on the track between. And so this track's starting to show its wear for the night. Six seconds now, and I'll tell you what, Boyd is making some mistakes. And the 2 behind him, Barros and Gerlach, are coming closer and closer together. I don't think they have enough time unless Boyd continues to make mistakes to catch second place. But the wave lap this time by for Krikorian, we're watching to see. We're waiting for Josh Gerlach to do a Gerlach. He's done it numerous times. He'll find the inside fence or the outside fence, trying to get a little too close. See if he can find just a little bit of speed somewhere. Slick tracks, and you got to search around and find some moisture. And I'll tell you what, Billy Barros has done a good job all night long of being able to do that. He's doing it again because he's closing in. Gerlach has to know he's there. And that may have forced that mistake right there because Gerlach pushed it over the cushion and onto the flat part up above at the entrance exit to the track. 2 to go for David Krikorian as he goes by. 6 seconds later, here comes Garrett Boyd, and another 2 seconds back. Here comes Billy Barros and Josh Gerlach. Barros is close. Just not close enough to go for a haymaker. White flag in the air for David Krikorian. 6.5 seconds. And now it's a 3-car deal here. Krikorian's going to win it easy. He's coming out of 4 already. He'll pick up the checkered flag. It'll be the first time in a long time David Krikorian going to victory lane. Garrett Boyd with another second-place finish tonight. Last lap, Gerlach will hang on to it. He'll come home third for the second time this evening. Barros, 4th, and Brochart in 5th. All right, let's start grabbing drivers. Josh Gerlach, you there, buddy? Hello, Josh.
Yeah, what's up?
2 third-place finishes tonight, and it looked like there at the end, Mr. Barros had reeled you in.
Yeah, honestly, I had no idea where to run. We threw a curveball at us, just really cranking the wear up on the track there for the feature, and honestly, it kind of made it into a little bit of a snoozer. Didn't know we were racing against Ryan Timms up there in the 66. He just kicked our butts, but I just, yeah, started trying stuff because I wasn't catching Garrett, so figured start sliding myself. I could hear Billy really revving it up behind me, so I figured he must have been off the bottom, and it was working okay. It looks like we were kind of running the same lap times there, second through fourth, so yeah, it's a weird race.
Yeah, definitely. When we saw the track, be kind of slick there towards the end, we were wondering who was going to be the slick car, and apparently the 66 is the slick car in this group.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if there's a bottom that is real technical and you have to be on it to run it, DK is going to be the one to beat pretty much every time, especially with guys that we have here tonight. And no shade at any of us, but DK, I mean, you just saw what he can do when it's kind of a lockdown bottom track and he can run off and hide. But probably thinking back on it, maybe should have went a little more juiced up with the lower cars, but we'll see.
Well, triple header next week, man. After 2 races at Weedsport, are you looking forward to 3 different racetracks?
Yeah, I mean it's always fun, especially when we can race that many different tracks in a night. Also, looking forward. We have Cedar Lake, Kern, and then Eldora, so none of those tracks are really alike. So you kind of have to get up to speed really quickly as we move from each one, just because they're different, racing styles and stuff like that. So should be fun, especially, hopefully we can get a bigger car count, but if we don't, we've shown that you have to earn it when we have these fields like this, because nobody's going to make a mistake really and bunch the field back up.
All right, man, some shout outs before we let you go.
Yeah, same as before. James Gray and Billy Barros and the Knoxville Knights for getting us on DRN this season. Congrats again to Billy and DK on their wins tonight. Just thanks to everybody that supports us here. NetCode brand. That's pretty much it. We'll see you next week, Roger.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats, and we'll see you next Thursday night.
Thank you, sir.
Josh Gerlach finishing in 3rd. Now let's move on. Couple of second-place finishes. It's not going to kill him in the points. Probably going to help him a little bit with Barros finishing 4th. But Garrett Boyd, the slick track, that was a lot different than the first session.
Yeah, they didn't tell us the big blocks were going to run before us, so it's a learning experience.
It looked like you were hanging pretty tough there for a little bit, and then just tiny little things, and the 66 started to get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah, with the fixed setup racing and with how tight, all of us are in speed, how close we are all on speed, it's as soon as you start making mistakes, the other guys got to start making mistakes for you to reel them in. So, and he ran a pretty clean race.
Well, still 2 second-place finishes. Should let you hang on to the points lead. Triple header next week. What are you thinking heading for 3 completely different racetracks? You guys are going to go teeny tiny little track, kind of a medium-sized track, and then a big old track next week. What are you thinking for that?
Looking forward to the bigger tracks. I do enjoy the bigger tracks in this car. So tough it out on the little bull ring and then have fun on the bigger ones.
All right, man. Shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you head out.
Same thing to Billy and James again, and then Josh for putting it on, and then you for broadcasting it. And then, like I said earlier, the lovely lady behind me that always gives me the death stare if I don't include her in the interview. Gotta give it up to her.
Don't go getting hit by whatever it is she's got in her hand. But thanks for chatting with us, man. Congrats on the good night of racing. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
That is Garrett Boyd finishing in 2nd here tonight. And now let's move on to a guy who's been quite a while since we've seen him in victory lane, but he looked like he was the only guy that was able to navigate the ice out here in show number 2 tonight. David Krikorian, they called you the Ryan Timms of NetCode. Man, you decimated these guys on this slick track.
I think Tim's had a better month than I've had, but we decided to change the track safe for the feature, and I don't know. I could never really get in real good rhythm in the first race. Kind of thought this track safe would probably make it worse, but I don't know. I got off to a good start and got enough of a distance early that I could kind of figure out how I wanted to run it, because when I run here, I have a tendency to really kind of really park the car, like really get on the brakes. And I kind of don't like doing that when I'm in a pack because I don't want to kind of freak someone out and get run over. And I mean, I got to running it like that, and I just kind of got into a rhythm and just kept going. 3 and 4, I could actually afford to go up like maybe a quarter lane and cut down without really losing any time, and that probably helped a lot.
Well, the car looked good out there, and you drove away. The final gap, I think, was 6.5 seconds. You made it look actually a whole lot easier than I'm sure it was, because with this track as gone as it was one thin little line bottom, one thin little line at the top, and nobody was able to do what you were doing. In fact, you were pretty much the fastest car all night, every lap.
Yeah, well, I mean, so with the track rework, there's so much moisture on that curved backstretch. You want to position your car to be low on that curved backstretch, and so I mean, normally there's like you could enter like high and do like a cut down line, but that's also kind of the pro line, and I can't do that. So just kind of just stick to what you're comfortable with, and just focus on getting to that part of the backstretch, and just worry about getting through the turns clean without hitting the wall.
What an awesome run, man. You're going to pick up the win tonight. Give me some shouts and some thank yous. We'll let you go celebrate.
All right, shout out to all the homies on the B team. I don't know if we're running next week or not. Normally do for an off week run around now, but we'll see. We got next
triple header next week, man. Triple header, 3 different tracks, completely different tracks.
Oh boy, I'll have to go look at the schedule and see what we got.
Kern County, Cedar Lake, and Eldora.
Oh, that's 3 tracks I like.
Well, then we'll expect to see 66 up front next week.
Yep, hopefully.
All right, man. Well,
God's
congrats
willing.
tonight on picking up the win. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you next Thursday night.
All right, thank you.
Derek Krikorian, back to victory lane. Finally, it's been a while since we've seen this. I think the last time we saw him in victory lane was Kern County, and that's been a couple seasons ago, so good for him. Awesome shows again tonight. I know there were small car counts, man. It's just as much fun to watch these guys go week after week because they do such a good job, and they're all so good with each other. So 2 great shows. No caution flags all night long. In fact, really, the only car that had a problem was Steven Spiess, and only because he lost connection. Otherwise, everything would have been 6 cars, and I know we would have had another. Still, just add a car into it, and still would have been great racing. Don't forget to come see us on Wednesday night for the finale for Midwest Truck Series. And then we're right back here for the triple header next Thursday night. As time goes by, over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start to see more and more. Monday nights will come back, and then a couple weeks after that, Sunday nights will come back. And then Tuesday nights, I think it starts next Tuesday night, actually. I think ERA is back next Tuesday night. I think they got mini stocks racing next Tuesday night, so make sure you come check that out. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. With all the great leagues getting this fantastic racing each and every night, there is nothing for us to cover, so everybody gets a high five and a pat on the back. Until we see you the next time, peace and love to everybody. Keep it dirty for me until you come see me again, and at all times, keep